Hey guys, it's your boy MKS here back with you. So about a week ago, I think it was, I was talking about how every Monday I hope to talk about either AC or Inter Milan as a fan of Italian football. And I know I have this strange thing which I've mentioned in some of my previous videos where I love all the teams. So even though they're rivals, I would love to see all both Milanese teams and all of Italian teams having wealthy owners or co-owners, shareholders, equity owners, and that sort of thing. Um, it's just on a side note. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, and she's gone to enjoy herself. She's gone away for a week, so I have the house pretty well. I have my brother here and my dog, but other than that, I have the house a bit more to myself, which I'm really happy about. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that because she doesn't always like me to say her business. So I hope she forgives me for saying that. But anyway, yeah. So I love having the house to myself, although I hope she has a good time, especially tomorrow because it's her birthday. Anyway, back to this video. This is not what it really like a list video as I sometimes make a search like where I make it into 3 parts. But anyway, getting to the point, I would love to. I mentioned about a month ago as well. I need forgot to say, but I mentioned I think it was about a month ago where I made a similar video where I talked about who I hope to co-own Inter Milan, which is a rival team, obviously. But for those who follow football, they know. If you're one of those, obviously you would know if you follow football. But yeah, so I would love for the following to. Sorry, I've got flies all around me. I would love for with my patterns and alliterations, I would love all the possible companies that start with A, like Apple Inc. or whatever they're called, Apple, whatever their full title is, Apple, Amazon, even Alibaba and other companies that begin with A to co-own AC Milan, just because AC Milan starts with A. I know that's a bit immature of me, but because of my patterns and alliterations and that sort of thing. But yeah, but I'd also love for as many of the world's billionaires as possible to co-own AC Milan, have like shares or equity in AC Milan. And there was a rumor that Bernard Arnault, who owns Louis Vuitton, which I know is a fashion company, but I don't know a huge amount about them. But I do know that he is, or at least was, the richest person in the world for at least a short time. Because I think it's their wealth fluctuates quite a lot because it's based on like shares or equity and that kind of thing. And because of COVID, it sort of actually benefited his business probably in some ways, I suppose. But yeah, for a while at least, he was the richest person in the world. But he was said to be buying AC Milan. Unfortunately, they did say it was like a part of a strange sort of elaborate hoax, apparently. So, but I'd love to encourage people like Louis Vuitton to buy AC Milan. So if you're watching this video, please consider it. But I think like with AC Milan's brand, which to me, when I think of AC Milan, I think of like a luxury brand. I think it would suit Louis Vuitton, and like I think it'd be great if they had like things like hashtag winning together or something like that, where like it talks about like Louis Vuitton and AC Milan winning together, a winning combination or things like that. So I think it would really improve Louis Vuitton's brand. But I'd love, as I say, for co-owners like the world's billionaires, as many of them as possible, to co-own. Some of them could perhaps own AC Milan, some of them own Inter Milan, so they could have like a rivalry between each other, like a friendly rivalry. Like apparently there's a rivalry between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, so I think that'd be great if they. I don't agree with hate or anything like that, so I think it'd be great if their rival was like kept as sort of friendly sort of rivalry rather than hateful rivalry. But I think it'd be great if Elon Musk perhaps owned shares in Inter Milan, at least some of the shares in Inter Milan, and Jeff Bezos with Amazon owned part of AC Milan. And being a bit greedy, I'd love to see hear about loads of co-owners owning shares or equity rather than just one or two owners. So like hopefully they would invest quite a lot and work together and that kind of thing. But yeah, I would love for Apple, Amazon, Alibaba, and others to co-own AC Milan and maybe have like deals, like even companies that deal with like companies that sell games or toys, companies like Disney that work with children or work at selling things that market towards children like cartoons and things like that, to maybe even make like to invest in having their own football academies or even make special cartoons for AC Milan as part of the branding. So it would be great if they had some sort of sponsorship deals at least with those companies like Disney or companies like that. And again, as many of the world's billionaires, Fortune 500 companies, Apple, Alibaba, Amazon, and others, Louis Vuitton, even Bernard Arnault, who owns Louis Vuitton, it'd be great if they had as much share as possible in those companies, or these like designed football kits, especially for Amazon, and maybe for Apple, for AC Milan, sorry, and at least like sponsor their own stands or their own football academies, if not having. Hopefully, they also have shares in the club as well, so they could have more money to buy stadiums for youth development as well as buying overseas players. But yeah, so I'd love for Inter Milan to be owned by or co-owned by like Elon Musk, Tesla, companies like that, and some Fortune 500 companies, and other ones could own AC Milan, and like they could have like a friendly sort of competition or rivalry and see who can invest the most to win trophies, which I think is the most important thing. I think like for a vanity sort of thing, having wealthy owners is like a vanity sort of thing. But as a football fan, we care most of us, I'm sure even rival football fans could agree with me on this, or even though I think differently, I think this is one most football fans or ardent football fans can agree on, is that we care most about trophies. Some might care more about the culture or traditions of the club. So I was wondering what AC Milan fans would think if like a company like Amazon, maybe even like as a nickname rather than change the full name, if AC Milan was like called, or at least had the nickname of Amazon Calcio Milan, or Apple Calcio Milan, or something like that. But as a return, obviously, what these companies could perhaps get in return is like AC Milan could buy from their companies more, perhaps, and again, respectively, companies that buy Inter Milan could also be like companies who have shares in Inter Milan or co-own Inter Milan. Maybe their fans could also buy more of their stuff, but Apple could perhaps have more stores in and around the stadium, AC Milan Stadium, or even, as I say, sponsor their own stadium or their own football academies, and in return, like also have access to selling more of their stuff. Like Apple could sell more of its phones and things like that, or just general tech stuff in stadiums. Like the new San Siro, or before they build a new stadium, which they're planning to build, which I'm sure will take quite a while to build. It'll take at least a few years, I'm sure, to build a stadium, because it's obviously to build a stadium, it will take quite long, I'm sure. It'll take at least 3 or 4 years, I'm sure, to build that stadium. As far as I'm aware, they could have access to the San Siro, which is a big stadium, which is co-owned at the moment by, as far as I'm aware, by Inter and AC Milan, and maybe that in the future could be converted to an academy for the youth. So that could be like to develop like for 5 or 10 years, 5 to 10 years, and maybe when I mentioned this idea about the San Siro being kept for the youth, to develop the youth if they build a new stadium, if and when they build a new stadium, which I think the plans are going through, but. Someone mentioned how would they pay for it? So I think these sponsors and co-owners could help to pay for that stadium to for the San Siro to be kept for AC and Inter Milan to develop youth and be used maybe even by the Italian football authorities, just like England has St George's Park in different parts of the country. Excuse me. AC Milan could be used as a stepping stone to have similar academies for young players from all over Italy to play as well. So that's another of my ideas. I know some ideas are quite quirky, but I think it'd be great to see as many co-owners like, say, Louis Vuitton and other companies like that. And again, hopefully they'll benefit by having access to more markets to sell their stuff. And they could have in the San Siro itself, maybe, or near the San Siro at least, they could have attached a sort of their own Apple shops. So hopefully it'll be mutually beneficial, like Apple and AC Milan winning together, Amazon and Alibaba and other companies also doing similar, and maybe it could help them to network together as well. Those companies that have that could open up an access for them to network together, like Amazon and Apple and Alibaba and companies like that. And hopefully the local Milanese politicians and councillors will give access to the market as well, give them tax incentives and ability to sell more of their stuff. So hopefully it'll be a mutually beneficial thing. It will benefit AC Milan, but also and Inter Milan respectively, but also also benefit their companies as well as benefiting Italian football. Sorry, I've waffled on, but anyway, I'd love to hear what you think And again, on one final point, I'd love to see the Milanese local politicians and councillors and even businesses also having like some sort of say like investing in their own like football academies for younger players, which will help them develop in the future, which will hopefully make AC Milan and Inter Milan respectively more lucrative. Anyway, I am out. Peace and love.